Okay, now we will factor. Remember, to factor means to write as a product. All of these are done the exact same way. We'll do the first three together. I'll ask you to pause the video and try the last two on your own and see how you do. So for the very first one there, what you want to do is you want to ask yourself, what are the factors of 12 that add up to 8? So if you need to, off to the side, write down the factors of 12. You have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Well, the pair that adds up to 8 is 2 and 6. Oops! So because of that, we'll say x plus 2, x plus 6. Done. Now let's make some comments. One more time. Because the second sign was positive, they both carried the first sign, which was positive, hence why we have pluses here. And secondly, does it matter if you wrote x plus 6, x plus 2? Nope, because multiplication is commutative. Very good. In part B, notice our second sign is negative, which means our signs in our factorization should be one positive, one negative. Keep that in mind. So let's work with 7. What are the factors of 7? Well, technically negative 7 that add up to positive 6. Well, you can have positive 1, negative 7, negative 1, positive 7. Well, notice this is the pair that would work, because negative 1 plus 7 is positive 6. So we would say x minus 1, x plus 7. So again, we have different signs, one positive, one negative. And the bigger number gets the first sign. 7 is the bigger number. It gets the first sign. Very good. Part C. What are the factors of 16 that add up to 8? Well, we have 1 and 16. 2 and 8. And 4 and 4. Well, let's be honest, what we really need to be doing is adding up to negative 8. So I really should say negative 1, negative 16, negative 2, negative 8, and negative 4, and negative 4. So these multiply to be positive 16 because two negatives make a positive when multiplying, but they add up to be a negative number. So notice the pair that works is the last pair. So we'll say x minus 4, x minus 4. Couple comments yet again. Positive is the last sign, so they both carry the first sign, so they're both negative. Checks out. Secondly, since they are the same factor, x minus 4, x minus 4, you could write x minus 4 quantity squared. This is called a perfect square, which we'll talk about later. All right, if you would, please pause the video and try the last two on your own. I'm assuming you paused it. Good student. So in part D, be careful. What are the factors of 6 that add up to 5? Well, 6 is 1 and 6, 2 and 3. We don't need to consider the negatives here because our signs are plus plus. Notice you want 2 and 3. So we will say x plus 2. Oh, that's supposed to be an x. Nailed it. X plus 2, x plus 3. Whereas in part E, what are the factors of 5 that add up to 6? Well, 5 is prime. So you really only have 1 and 5. Again, we don't need the negatives because it's plus plus. So you would say x plus 1, x plus 5. In either order. Now, as you might imagine, I put D and E here on purpose because these two come up a lot and students put the wrong answer. They'll put the answer for D for E or vice versa, and there goes the whole problem. So be very careful with these two. Remember, all of these answers can be checked if you foiled.